A winding forest path led Mina, Arian, Taha, and Sarah to a forgotten relic, a crumbling radio station, its sign half swallowed by ivy. They exchanged nervous glances before pushing open the warped door, cameras rolling as dust motes danced in their flashlight beams. Every step echoed through the empty halls, the silence thick with stories long untold. Decades-old posters peeled from the walls, and broadcast equipment lay scattered like the bones of a lost era. It was exactly the kind of place their followers craved. Then they saw it. A heavy, red-painted door at the end of the corridor, pristine compared to the decay around it. The plaque above read, Studio B. Arian reached out, hand trembling. The metal was strangely warm. The group slipped inside, stunned. Unlike the rest of the building, this room gleamed under blood-red lights. The microphone was on, humming softly. Suddenly, the speakers crackled to life, and a distorted voice whispered, "Welcome back." The explorers froze. Had someone been expecting them? Their footage caught every chilling moment. What secrets does the Red Room hide? Arian's hand recoiled from the microphone as the voice echoed, "Welcome back." Mina's breath fogged in the crimson air, her flashlight flickering erratically. Suddenly, the studio door slammed shut behind them with a metallic clang that reverberated through the room. Sarah lunged for the handle, but it wouldn't budge no matter how hard she pulled. The humming grew louder, vibrating through the floor beneath their feet. Taha's camera shook as he filmed the corner where an old radio began to broadcast. A chilling static, then 4 voices calling out in panic. Their own voices, recorded only seconds before. The room's red light pulsed in time with their racing heartbeats. The speakers whispered, "One by one, you will vanish, as the airwaves decide." Arian's phone buzzed violently, displaying a live stream of them, but in the video, Mina was already gone. She looked around, terrified. She was still there. Or was she? The walls seemed to close in, posters morphing into faces twisted in silent screams. A freezing wind swept through the room, and suddenly Mina's scream was cut short. On the live stream, only 3 remained. The Red Room was broadcasting their doom, and the world was watching, helpless. A sickening scrape echoed through the crimson studio as something began clawing at the sealed door. The metal groaned, bending under invisible pressure. Shadows danced across the walls, their shapes morphing into grotesque forms, elongated fingers, slavering jaws, hollow eyes watching from every angle. Arian's flashlight flickered, catching glimpses of long black claws curling beneath the door's gap, dragging themselves across the floor with a screech that rattled their bones. Taha's camera lens cracked as the cold intensified, breath freezing midair. Sarah's hand bled where she gripped the handle, desperate to escape, but her blood smeared the metal, vanishing as if devoured by the door itself. The radio shrieked with demonic laughter, and the speakers spat out distorted voices. Mina's, now warped and pleading from somewhere beyond. The posters on the walls twisted further, mouths opening in silent agony, eyes rolling back. The claws scratched faster, splintering the wood, as the lights pulsed violently. The room reeked of sulfur and decay. Then a final thunderous bang. Something was coming through. With a deafening screech, the sealed door buckled, metal shredding like paper beneath the monstrous force outside. The shadows recoiled, then surged forward as the claws tore the last resistance apart. The studio was plunged into a cyclone of shrieking wind and shrill, inhuman howls that clawed at their sanity. The entity emerged, a writhing mass of darkness and teeth, its eyes burning with void, limbs stretching unnaturally long, dragging itself into the room with grotesque, jerking movements. Arian's flashlight exploded in a shower of sparks, plunging them into red strobing light that flickered like a dying heartbeat. Taha's camera fell. Lens shattered as the cold became suffocating, breath freezing to shards in their throats, each gasp a shard of ice. Sarah screamed, the sound swallowed instantly by the thing's guttural roar, a sound that seemed to tear the very air apart. Blood from her hand floated, sucked into the creature's gaping maw, as if devoured by an endless void. The posters on the walls combusted, faces twisted in eternal agony, their silent screams etched into burning paper. The radio erupted again, Mina's voice, now a guttural chant, beckoning from the abyss, pulling at their souls. The entity surged forward, jaws unhinged, impossibly wide, the air vibrating with its insatiable hunger. There was nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. The final door had broken, and with it, their fate.